When I see, whether it's in the fine arts, or whether it's in athletics or robotics or wherever that connection is, when I see that love and that smile in a kid's face, and I see it a lot here, and the sparkle in their eyes, I mean, that makes my day. When I met my now wife, she was graduating, and I had a ways to go before I was going to graduate college, and I just said, you know, I'm going to do what I love. It's what I always wanted to do. My dad was and still is a pastor and a minister, and I knew I didn't have that calling, so where could you serve people? I just always thought being a superintendent was kind of my ministry.
This job really was his ministry, and he had, you know, a huge congregation. When you look at the students and the staff, and he treated it like a ministry. It was a passion, and you could just see his passion for what he's doing.
From the initial moment that I met him, very, very comfortable with him. He was very encouraging, and I knew that this would be someone that would be a great person to learn from.
Right after he was hired, we met at a restaurant off of 290 and just to talk about logistics, and as we were leaving, a man was riding up on a bicycle, and he was either going to ask for something or sell something, but I didn't like the way he looked. And so as he dismounted and was going to walk up to us, I stepped in front of Dr. Henry, and I put my hand out and I said, "Stop right there. Don't come any closer. We don't need anything." And I could hear Mark kind of chuckling. Of course, you know, he's 6'4", and I'm 5'4", but I was stepping in front of him because he was not going to get close to my superintendent. And after that, he looked at me and he laughed, and he said, I think I'm in the right place.
When I think of Dr. Henry, the characteristic that comes to my mind first and foremost, besides his faith and not only his personal and his professional life, is the enthusiasm that he shows for our district. His enthusiasm is infectious.
I've been fortunate enough to work for Dr. Henry for 15 plus years, and you know, one of the reasons that I decided to come over here to Cypher ISD was not only because this was a great district and a great community, but he was here. He has just been such a powerful example to me and so impactful to not only myself but so many other people that I just felt that if I had an opportunity to follow him, that I wanted to be where he was.
You know, one of the interesting things that happened to me is right when I was named superintendent in Cypher ISD, I got an email and it said, "The job is too big for you." So that was, I mean, you could say, well, that would kind of bring me down, but no, it really didn't. Because my response to that email was, "You're exactly right, the job is too big for me, but it's not too big for us."
He's always stressed to all of us that it's always people over position.
A school district, it's not about the superintendent. It's about everybody, the whole family.
He leads not only by saying that, but by also providing us with the very best of facilities. And so they're facilities that I think attract students to our activities, that create and generate a sense of pride here in our community.
Probably what I'm most proud of is that we've been able to pass bond elections with 70% of the community voting for. We've been able to improve facilities. We've been able to add programs, find places for students to plug in. But I think probably one of the things that I'm most proud of is in a district this size, I think students think they know their superintendent. And that's important to me, that they know that I care about them.
You could just see his passion for what he's doing. And that's a trait that people, you either have it or you don't.
When we started the Fun Run 10 years ago, my idea was, how can employees give back to families, students. What's really cool about it is that it started out as a fun run to raise money for scholarships, but what it became was an event that brought the entire community together, people from all over the community together, for a cause, yes, but when you go out to the fun run, you know, businesses, faith-based groups, employees, community members, they're all smiling and having fun. My favorite part of the fun run is to walk around and somebody will say, hey, that's Mark Henry, and they want their picture made with me. And the kids, you know, the kids come up and talk to me. So it's just the small town fellowship that I think we have together.
No matter whether they're 15-year-old teenagers or whether they're 45-year-old professionals, recognize authentic people. And Dr. Henry has always been that. And I think that people gravitate to people who are enthusiastic for their success.
When the kids cheer for me, when I do my little announcement at the Berry Center on the screen, I said, I don't know if they're laughing at me or just actually cheering me, but either way, it puts a smile on my face. So they're making me feel great. And of course, when I go to the state marching contest, I try to go talk to the bands afterwards, and they make me feel special.
He believes, regardless of where you come from, your race, you know, your financial status, that every student that walks through the doors of our school will have the same opportunity district-wide.
I want every family, every student to feel plugged in somewhere. And we've expanded. I mean, I don't know of anybody that has better facilities, that spends more time making sure that our kids have the opportunity to be successful, not only in the classroom, but in the things that they love.
The College Academy and Mark's vision, that was amazing. To start that at Cypress Lakes, and then to go to that graduation and see, you know, the number of kids that walked across the stage and got their high school diploma and their associate's degree was huge. It was such a blessing to students and parents, and so I think that's a huge legacy that he's going to leave.
He speaks from his heart. That's when you see who Mark is, truly. Opportunity for all is who he is, and so we now live that as a district.
It's not going to be the big things that he did, it's going to be all of the conversations in the end zones and the things that he did to really shape who I am as a person and as a professional.
Mark always puts others first, really, before him. And he's going to do what's in the best interest of the students and the employees, no matter what.
He is the MOTP. He is the man of the people, and he doesn't know how to be any other way.
I have always told people, if you see me in a restaurant, come up and speak to me. That makes my day. Number one thing that I'm most proud of is I think that young people know that I care about them. And I think that the staff knows over the last 12 years that I care about them, that I appreciate them.
It gave me chills to do. It was very emotional just to make the nomination. Unbelievable person. As much as I tease him and make fun of him, he's an amazing man of character, and his name deserves to be on a building.
It is truly an honor, and I was touched, and my family was there, so you know that was special. When you can call your dad and say, hey Dad, guess what? You know, that was special. My dad has always been overly proud of me. Even when I mess up, he's always been proud of me. Going all the way back to, Lord, when I was playing junior high or high school football, he thought I was the next Roger Staubach. Sorry, Texans and Oilers fans. He thought I was the greatest, and I'm 63 years old now, and he still thinks I'm the greatest. So being able to tell someone that's been your biggest fan and probably the most influential that you have a building named after you is special.
Hey Mark, congratulations on being a namesake, and personally for me, it was an honor to make that nomination that night, and I just think you're such a man of high character, and you've been a great leader for the district.
The naming of this beautiful new administration building after Dr. Henry is certainly appropriate, but it's also the right thing to do. And I've heard Dr. Henry say many times, in Cypher ISD, we do the right thing for all of our kids in our district. Thank you, Dr. Henry, for being our superintendent.
Well, hey, Dr. Henry, I'm so thankful for the time that we have been together, and so proud to have served under your leadership. I can think of no greater honor than to have the administration building of this fine school district named after you and in your honor. And again, it's reflective of how impactful that you've been, not only to me and my life and my family's life, but this community as well. So happy for you and proud of you.
Congratulations, Mark. I'm so excited for you. There is no one who deserves to have a building named after them more than you, but especially to have the building that is the heart of the district named after you is absolutely perfect. You have been the heart and soul of this district for the past 12 years, and there is no one who deserves it more.
We got you back!